So this is setting up plugins, primarily the Snap plugin in a brand new WordPress account. So of course we go to plugins, and WordPress accounts come with default plugins, and I don't use either one of them, so I choose the button here to choose them all. I go to delete, I click apply to get rid of them. Now there are certain plugins that I need. I need a plugin for WordPress. I think I already have one at WordPress. Markethive. I think I already have one sitting in my my download folder. Let me check. Yes, I do. Let me open it up. I'll tell you which account it's for. I think I'll avoid doing that. All right, now that we got it, I'll be able to tell you which one it is. So we're going to go to Add New. I'm going to put in the next scripts, next, NEXT-SCRIPTS. There it is. Hit enter. I'm going to install that. Activate plugin. Now I'm going to install the next scripts, which is a download. Let me give you the download. It's the upgrade. Okay, so we're going to move on. I'm going to put in here, well, there's a couple others that I use. Delete pending comments and discuss comment system. Delete pending comments is a great plugin to have because it gets rid of the nuisance of spam comments that come in through an exploitation of a backdoor. And so this just allows you to, someday you might log in and you'll see that there's 2,500 spammy comments, spammy anti-Google backlinks. If you allow these comments to become published on your WordPress, Google will sandbox you because they are black hat backlinking techniques. Okay, so that's delete pending is in, NetScripts is in. Now I'm going to add the plugin for Markethive, and it's sitting in my downloads folder. So I click on my downloads folder, and it's that one right there. So I'm going to install that one. Now that means that group in Markethive, when it's published to that group, or I blog swipe into that group, it publishes automatically into my Markethive or into my WordPress account. Okay, and that's that one right there, Markethive RSS feed importer. And I'm going to go get one more, which is the upgrade to NetScript. Okay, so I have to go upload plugins because it's not available. I bought a large license on it, so I can give you the code to activate it in our meetings. Activate the plugin, but I do recommend that if you can afford it, you buy the plugin from the guy because that's all he works for is that. All right, now I'm going to upgrade that script. Okay, that's upgraded. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate. I'm going to actually push my content from this feed importer. So I need to know, where are my feeds coming from? Well, they're coming from the Wave4 group. That's what that means right there. So my Wave4 group has content in it, and that this plugin title tells me that this plugin is connected to that Wave4 group. I can show you that. Hang on a second. So you see the relationship between the two. Okay, so I'm going into blogs. Go down here to WordPress plugin. And you see that in the WordPress plugin, I have Wave4. So I go to configure, and Wave4 is only publishing content from Wave4. Well, let's say I wanted to publish content also from what, let's say, Varn's publishing for himself. I mean, the stuff that he publishes on our systems. And so I click on him. Now all his content's going to show up in that WordPress. So you see how I can mix it up? I can put him in there. I can put in like John Lombard. No, there's a lot of Johns. I put John L. there. So John Lombard, because also his content to his personal blog is now going into this particular WordPress that I'm setting up. Okay, does everybody understand how this is? I don't have to upload a new plugin. I just have to update it here, and it updates that plugin automatically. I don't know how much is enough or too much. I don't know. I guess that's just a personal question to ask yourself. If I don't like what John or Varn is publishing, I just come in here and remove them and go delete their posts in my Markethive account. Okay? Now this is wave 4. So this is all the stuff that's in wave 4 in the groups. So I go to the groups, and I'm just going to show you how that relates to the groups. So I click on the groups. I go to wave 4. Okay, so how many blogs are into this group? 3. Entrepreneurial Social Networks, the Blogging Power of Markethive, and Markethive Vision Statement. All of these are swiped from the Markethive system into this just for the purpose of demonstration. So I have 3 articles here that I can now push into my WordPress, and every time a new article appears here or in Varn, what's, let's see, Lombard, you're John Lomb, right? John, L-O-M-B. So we go look at John's blog posts, and all of these are going to show up in my in my new blog because I've added him into it, right? You all understand how that works? Not these, just these. These are his personal blogs. Very sophisticated system. Really, really powerful. So I go to my system, and I click Import Posts Now. Now you'll notice there's no posts. Oh, no, it's already published. Just because I put the plugin in. So there's our posts. It published 1. I've updated it to publish 10. So that one's already published off of my Markethive blog Wave 4 group before I even got around getting to it. Is that cool? Now, it's this technology that allows us to, as a group, as a social network, to build massive outreach and massive content. All right, so I'm going to go back to my group. I'm going to go to my settings. I'm going to click on Markethive settings, and I should be able to import 10. There, posts imported successfully. Let's see what we got. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And can inbound marketing using Markethive give your business a boost? If I had the Snap set up, all those posts would immediately have gone out to all of those Facebook groups. So now we're going to go set those up. So we're going to go to Settings, Snap Social Networks, and I'm going to activate the activation key by putting in the 4-digit or 5-digit set activation code, pasting it in there, pressing enter. Now it's automatically set up. Now I can add Facebook. So I'm going to put in here, which one am I going to do? It's this one right here. So the name of it, I copy its name, Entrepreneur's Revolution. I go to my social system. I click on Add New Account. Go to Facebook. I use the name of that as its nickname. So down the road, I can search this and discover if I, in fact, have already done it. Understand? I use the same word as this, so I can go look and see if I've already done it because I may have gotten lost with what I'm doing, which I often do. That's why I work like this. All right, so now the next thing for me to do is I need to get the IP or the group ID. Now, a lot of groups have what's called a vanity web address. That won't work here where it says Facebook URL. You need the group ID. That's not hard to do. All you do is you just do a view page source, and then you search for group ID _ID equals, and there it is. So you just copy that, and you close this. And what I do to just be sure I got the numbers right is I replace the vanity tag, which is Entrepreneur's Revolution, with the ID number. I paste it in there. That makes sense, right? Press enter. Yes, it's the same group, so I know that link is a good link. So I copy it. I come over here and I paste it. Now, what I need is my app ID and app secret. Well, we know what those are. We just made them. You were here. You watched me do it. So we copy that, paste it there, copy that, paste it here. Now there's one other little secret you need to know. This is the message text format that your post will take on when it publishes. I'm going to leave it in the default so you see what it does. But I do have a better solution using these tags that gives you a better result. But let's just go through that process. And now I'm also going to update my settings. Because this is my first one, it's going to want me to verify that this account, that I'm logged into the right Facebook, which I am. I'm logged in as Thomas Reed, or as Thomas Grable. And I've set this up in the API of Thomas Grable. So you'll see what's going to happen here is it's going to go through and do an OAuth, an authorization through this new tech. No, it's not that new, but maybe new to some of you. You'll see this red. This means nothing because we have not submitted for a login review because only I'm using it. I'm not making this available to everybody else to use. So it gives me more access to my own databases. Seriously limits access to certain things when you're making this for other people to use it. So I click OK. I don't do anything else. I just click OK on the first one. On the second one, I want my post to be available to the public. That's the only thing I change. And I click OK. And on the third one, I don't do anything. I don't choose what you allow. I just let it go. You can see that's me. That's Thomas Reed Grable. I click OK. And bada boom. Boom. That code goes away. You know it's all worked. Now let's test it, shall we? Now, isn't this the one that we're in right here, right? We all confirm that I'm publishing now to Entrepreneur's Revolution. So I'm going to make a test publish. Now, you can test publish by going into that particular account that you just set up, and you can click Submit Test to Facebook, but I have discovered a better way to do this to get a better result. So I go to the posts, and I'm going to publish my first one. And I'm going to scroll down, and you'll see that all of these groups, that accounts that you've put into the Snap system show up here. Since I've only put in one shows. So I'm going to post to Facebook. It should tell me it's a success, or it'll tell me if there's a problem, because now I'm doing my initial test. Your post has been successfully sent to Facebook. Okay, but now keep in mind that I have allowed it to do the default format, which is right here. See that? New post title has been published on site name. You may not like what it looks like. I didn't. But there it is. There's my WordPress article that was published there through my Markethive technology, automatically publishing now to this group. Everybody get that? But this kind of, I don't know if that's so great. I don't want it to say new post entrepreneurial social networks has been published on my CMS. What I want to do is delete that and go back and then set it up properly. You don't have to go do this. You can just set it up properly to begin with. I just wanted to see why I'm doing that. Now, I am taking the tags announcement, I think, where is announcement? Announce, which inserts the text until the underscore, the exclamation more tag or first inwards of your post. In other words, it'll publish about the first 4 or 5 lines of your blog article. And then I put a bunch of spaces into it. I hit enter, and then I hit a space key, enter, hit a space key, enter, hit a space key, enter, hit a space key, and then I put the URL in it. And here's why I do it. So I've already got it copied over here in my cheat sheet, so I just copy this. And I replace what's in here with that code. Now I update. Instead of publishing here, I go to my posts, choose a post, go back down, post to Facebook, success, go to that account, hit reload. Now you're going to see why I make the difference. See why I change it? Because it gives me the title of the post, a lot of the content, but it pushes it far enough into the Facebook parameters that Facebook says see more. So naturally, people looking at this click on see more. And there's the link to that article for that WordPress blog that came from Markethive. Okay? Now, the thing is, how many of these can we add into the system? If it's 20, that's fine. We just want to know what the sweet number is. If it's 20 and you average 5,000, that's 100,000 in your individual reach. And as you work as a group, then your reach gets much bigger and you're all working together as a group, so you have all of your links going to a rotator link like I've set up on, let's see, I'll go show you one. So you see this blog, which is being published out to all of these Facebook groups. If somebody clicks to go read this article and they see this here and they click on it, this goes to a rotator. And this rotator is in a group of people who are working with me to produce these results. So as a group, we're all rewarded for doing the work, right? If we got somebody in the group, your Markethive group, who's not doing the work, you kick them out of the group, they're automatically kicked out of the rotator. It's all automated. Pretty cool. Markethive just continues to improve and get better. That's why it's called inbound marketing, because all these things are what inbound marketing does. Okay, so I have produced one account in my Snap. As I produce more, this list grows longer and longer. I can do a whole lot of other accounts on here, but I believe that the most important one to do is Facebook, because with Facebook, you get the greater amount of reach. Thank you.